I mean, his Winston's been popping off too. He managed to get a double kill with the Primal Rage, and that's in fact what's been so consistent about Sonic, is the fact that he is able to get to the back line consistently with the Primal Rage. Not too hard, but actually locking down supports is incredibly tough, especially a Mercy who can just glide away at any instance. You know, he just says, yeah, it's no worries, just brushed it off his shoulder, double kill quite easily.
Speaking of gliding on Mercy, Ark's evasion of that Dragon Blade from Shadowburn pretty much won them that defense, because Shadowburn basically was then just slashing at nothing. That ultimately took so long to build up to. Well, didn't take that long to build up to, but the effort that he invested to build up to it was wasted, and so was the time that he had that ultimate out because of how evasive Ark could be.
Well, let's have a look at the map choice of Russia. We'll see where they want to go. It does look like it's going to be Dorado.
Is this our first Dorado at this stage?
No, like, I don't think it is. We've got at least one more Dorado, but it's now Korea time to get that 4-0 that they've always wanted.
Definitely not as popular as Rialto, at least. But Dorado, this is where snipers can roll, and we do know that Carpe is currently on a hot streak. Question is someone going to step up to him? Shadowburn could on the Hanzo. Mistakes could on the Widowmaker. Question is, will they decide to do so? Russia right now look like they are at their strongest. They're going for these pure dive compositions, putting Shadowburn on his Genji, where he made his name, he made his fame. Have to see if he can make his country proud.
Well, South Korea, they're going to set up a little bit differently here. You did say you want to see a little bit more Reinhardt. Fate says absolutely not. We're going to jump on the Orisa. Maker's still going to be on that Diva, and obviously with double snipers. Can't take Carpe away from anything else that's Widowmaker, let's be honest with ourselves. But maybe this dive is going to work here. Carpe's going to have a nice sight line. Obviously, you can imagine the Widow's going to set up on that balcony. Super easy for them to grapple back. And do the Shields of Fate also, which have a very, very big uptime. If you haven't got enough damage to break them, she's just going to be perma-shielding Carpe.
Not only that, but if you're behind a Shield of Fate, that means that Carpe has such a huge zone of influence which he can project upon Russia, who are coming out with double snipers, but a little bit of a different composition in terms of how they want to structure their tank core. Meko and Fate going for the Orisa Diva, as we mentioned before, but Chao and Tonic want to be able to brawl out on the cart with this Reinhardt and Zarya combination. They also want to be able to combine the Dragon Strike and the Graviton Surge to force out Jonax Transcendences at bad moments.
Well, Fate is going to set himself up under the bridge. Only 20% charge. Orisa did receive a buff rather recently. Mistakes trying to peek out and see if he can actually spot out Carpe. Carpe is doing Sleep Rage right now, and yeah, there you go. South Korea are going to spot him out. As soon as you do lay down a single shot, if it's a high charge or not, it will lay a nice smoky trail after it, so you know exactly where the Widow is.
Main and Tonic going to have to take a long way round, but of course, Carpe has now tripped a Venom Mine of Mistakes, so he knows the exact location until that stops ticking. Mistakes going up for the shot, but he's going to miss it. And Carpe going to be striking back, coming out of a side room for a narrow doorway. That's a kill.
Peekaboo, you found me. Libro's also found Shadowburn. Nice headshot as well. Double headshot. Poor Chao. Away he goes. Sends him back to base. Uh-oh. Scurry away, Tonic. You're so low. No, Libro, please.
Give him the melee, the old palms.
He got halted as well, dragged up into the sky.
He's throwing hands at Tonic, and unfortunately, Tonic's hammer just was not big enough. I have to see, Russia, they are going to be swapping up compositions, but unfortunately, they're going to be put down before they can get any momentum here. Shadowburn, the victim of Carpe. Eng's going to revive him, however, just like Angela Ziegler did with Genji Shimada before. Having a little bit of a roleplay reenactment here for Russia. They've got to try and get themselves together, push forward this car into the waiting arms of fate.
It already has.
How metaphorical.
You can write it on your gravestone. There you go. Libero is going to have his ultimate available to him. Carpe as well is going to tool out Shadowburn. All right, you don't need defense base, you don't need shielding for this lad. Now Libero taking out Chao, doesn't need to use an ult just yet. 2 minutes now remain for Russia. They've got to build up ults rather quickly. They've got a couple of support ones coming online rather soon, but DPS far from it.
Oh, Mistakes as well on the back. He's being chased out, and now there's so many angles coming at him. Carpe coming over rooftops. He is going to stay. He's going to be a sneaky beaver, or a sneaky fish in this case.
It's like he doesn't know where he is. He's like, where am I?
Where am I?
Where did I grapple to? He's got emphasized
Can I
those.
Google Maps this?
So I'm sure he'll be able to spot it out eventually. Shadowburn, I don't think he actually knows where he is right now. Ainge certainly doesn't. He's going to get killed. Carpe. Yeah, waving the hello. Every time he gets a kill, giving everybody a hug.
He's going to give him your Batman bye-bye out of there, making sure that Aang can't push back to where they are. And look at all that on the side of South Korea. They have required so little investment thus far in their defense. They have 6 ultimates ready to go to the 1 of Russia. Main has the Transcendence, but the Transcendence can't do anything against burst damage. If you do more damage than an enemy has HP, You can heal them as much as you want, but they're dead, Jaws. You're just like healing a corpse at that point, and that just seems pointless.
Exactly, it does. Infosight's now used. 55 seconds remain. Libero still got that Dragon Strike. Hasn't got an ult to combo with, but might not even need it to pull the London Spitfire, grabbing them all in with the Halt. Valkyrie has also been activated by A. He's going to march forward. The Dragon Strike onto the cart towards everybody else. Self-destruct coming out as well. Transcendence heated everybody up and push people away. But no, Carpe says not today. Shadowburn is going to go down. It's going to spot the jetpack of Winston. Heal and Resurrection straight onto Shadowburn, but Mistakes is going to get punished to try and 1v1 Jonag, and Mako finding 2 as well. 24 seconds now remain. Tonic gets headshotted, and that'll be Libero claiming the kill, and they still have support ults and even the supercharger to play with.
Shadowburn's all out on his own though. Aang is going to be giving him the pocket, and Carpe is going to be ready and waiting. Carpe still has the infrasights and overactive. He knows exactly where Shadowburn's coming from. Shadowburn has a blade, but he doesn't have a hope of coming in with a surprise jaw, so got to get out on the cart in overtime, about to be triggered.
Primaration Tonic, he's the man of the hour, but not anymore. Libero easily takes him out with the help of that supercharger. Shadowburn comes in with the ult. Oh, slice straight on top of the Diva, but it didn't matter. Libero's going to go down though to the bomb of Chow. Okay, here we go. Carpe finds 2, however. Shadowburn's going to mash him once more, but the problem is he's got too much support in the form of Mako. He finds another one on Aang. Carpe is on fire, ablaze as he almost takes out Shadowburn once more. Mistakes on the side. Why do you want to match up against him and Jonak? I don't know, but they need to touch the cart in overtime. 4 meters now remain, and the Hammond has been used. Shadowburn finally gets revenge, but Jonak is going to be there to take him out, as well as Tonic. Chow demeched. He jumps on the point, but it's all said and done. South Korea are going to hold them on first.
That is a dominant defense from South Korea. They may well have already booked their tickets to BlizzCon, but they are not letting up here. And Carpe is putting on a show reel for being the best Widowmaker I have ever seen.
I think most people have ever seen, to be fair. Shadowburn contesting him, and we spoke about this last round. The protection that he receives is so good. Mako instantly changing direction. 180 defense matrix onto Carpe to make sure he doesn't go down. Disgusting headshot as well to finish off the Mercy.
Let's talk about how intelligent Mako needs to be able to deal with all of the demands of his team, because Carpe is such a high priority target. He needs protection. Who else needs protection? Jonak needs protection because Mistakes is in the back on the Tracer. Fate needs protection because if they move through the shield of the Orisa, then he's basically a sitting duck after he uses Fortify. And Mako deals with each and every single threat as it comes in such a fantastic manner. Sometimes he'll use just the thrusters, trying to divert a dive from Tonic, knock him back in the air, making sure he isn't landing where he wants to be, and he's in a more vulnerable position. Then he won't use the defense matrix. He'll save that for another threat coming in. When he hears the Tracer coming around the back onto Jonak, or he hears that Shadowburn's coming in onto Carpe, he'll use those thrusters again to knock back the Genji, make sure those shurikens aren't connecting as well as he'd like.
Well, there you go, that blue box you saw on the floor was the only thing that South Korea need to push to. Not even to the point. Russia didn't end up capping it. And now is their turn to defend. Double sniper, same setup in fact. Fate's not joining in. Fate is rather sad. He's just kind of looking at the floor.
I hate you guys.
Ark is like, hey, look at me, look at me. There we go, he's switching.
I'm Ark, look at me. Mistakes.
Mistakes. Okay, so he wants to recreate what Carpe was doing just a second ago. Sonic Arrow on the top there to make sure Mistakes knows exactly where Carpe is, or at least tries to. Bubble, perfectly used there by Mako, actually, to shield Carpe as he went up into the air to make sure he can't get instantly headshotted. Normally when you are on an arc, it's a bit easier, rather predictable you are in the air.
That projected barrier now is not available for Fate for a couple more seconds, but it doesn't look like Russia isn't going to be taking advantage of that. Instead, they're going to reposition themselves. Don't want to challenge out the sniper duo of Carpe and Libero in that particular vein of engagement. Carpe is going to scare away Mistakes, who took a quick love tap, and now he's gone up into the air. Question is, will he connect? And he will, but so will Shadowburn.
Double headshot, another headshot, Shadowburn goes down. Instant res on both Main and Libero exactly the same time. He takes to the skies, tries to find another one on the Zenyatta, but can't quite connect. However, Carpe now playing man mode, just straight up in the face of everybody else using that SMG. He's going to spot one behind. Shadowburn isn't going to be available, but Libero, what? Where did this come from? I don't know. Fate and Jonak are going to find another. Fate showing off the Zen. South Korea are going to end group stages with a perfect record.
4-0 for South Korea. They had a scare on our first day, going up against Finland and winning 3-2 in the last rounds of the Nepal, but this time they have come back with a vengeance. They know that once again they have had to put down Russia and crush their hopes, who will have to now wait until 2019 for their third or fourth attempt at getting past Korea.
Oh boy, another thorn in the side for Russia, and now the fate does actually lie in Finland's hands for the next game. Because Russia got 4-0'd here, that does mean Finland have to go 0-4 in the next game in order for Russia to make it. Russia, if Finland win one game, it's hopes and dreams crushed for Russia.
Russia right now moving to try and give some nice neck and hand massages to Chinese Taipei, prepare them for the coming storm that will be the Finnish roster. They are going to have to be praying. Their fate is no longer in their hands. Their fate was in Fate's hands, and Fate decided to say no 4-0.
Say no 4-0. Well, Fate has shown us a lot, and he shows a lot of Wrecking Ball. Rather aggressive is Wrecking Ball, in fact, on King's Row
specifically. Can you play
specifically.
Wrecking Ball passively, though?
I guess not, no. You want to get into the enemy phase. And one thing that South Korea have been doing time and time again, if they see 3-3, it's like, okay, we'll pick up Wrecking Ball. It seems like they've discovered a trend. As soon as you just jump in, get that ground pound down, knock everybody up, it's a bit easier for Carpe to kill people. It's also a bit easier for you to actually dislodge the supports, as there's nothing really protecting them. There's no giant white box in front of you, that Reinhardt, as he is up in the skies, which means they can just use that momentum to kind of push forward. We saw it time and time again where we'd have Fate just roll his way in, adaptive shield. He's got so much HP that he's so hard to take down, especially in a 3-3. He was basically immortal.
Also, when everyone is up in the air, that Lucio speed boost isn't really that valuable at all. You can't make the disengagement.
Yeah, it's really horrible. Fate's hamster is going to be terrifying next season of OWL, and in fact, it might be quite terrifying at BlizzCon. We're going to jump down to the stage, though. Golden Boy, you got some special guests with you.
Okay, I'm down here with Ark and Carpe. Congratulations, you guys. One, you made it to BlizzCon, so that's awesome. Initial reactions, how does it feel to represent your amazing country at BlizzCon this year in Anaheim?
I was actually really nervous after the loss to the but 3-2 to the
near
Finland.
loss.
Near loss.
The near loss.
Yeah. So I was actually nervous about the Russia match because like Russia was having hard time because of the Finland, and Finland was having hard time because of the Russia. So I was like, well, maybe it's gonna be a hard game, but because like we practiced a lot since the first day, I think we improved a lot because of the matches, and I think we could make it because of it.
Fair enough, and of course that improvement was definitely evident. So, Carpe, I got you again, haha. How are you feeling representing South Korea at BlizzCon? You excited?
블리즈컨에 진출하게 돼서 우선 되게 기쁘고요. 되게 생각보다 쉽게 가서 블리즈컨 기대돼요.
So I have no idea what he just said. What did he say?
He said that it's happy to go to BlizzCon, and also I think the event's kind of easy.
Oh dang. Okay. So, Carpe, I asked you yesterday if you were the best Widowmaker. You said yes, but you have so many heroes that you're good with. What is it that you feel you bring to this South Korean team going into BlizzCon?
이제 위도 말고.
우선 제가 되게 여러 가지 영웅을 하는데 그게 이제 다른 팀에 비해서 영웅폭이 더 넓으니까 그걸로 많은 카운터가 돼서 저희가 되게 유리하게 작용하는 것 같아요. 그게.
Because we have more flexibility in our team than any other countries, I think it gives more like advantage, I'll say. Yeah.
Okay. All right, fair enough. And finally, I'm going to give you guys the floor to say whatever you want to your incredible fans here in Incheon. So whoever wants to go, the floor is yours.
네. 저희가 블리즈컨 가서 이번에도 우승하겠습니다.
I assume they like that. And for you, Art?
Do you want me to translate or?
It's okay.
Okay, it's lost nonsense. 일단은 뭐 와주셔서 감사하다는 말 말고는 딱히 엄청 뭐라 해야 되지? 더 감동 있는 말은 없는 것 같아요. 저는 진짜 와주셔서 감사해요. 약간 미국에 오래 있다 보니까 한국 팬분들 좀 그리울 때 있었거든요. 그러다 보니까 이제 정말 와주셔서 감사합니다.
And if you don't mind, for our audience at home, if you don't mind translating what you just said.
So Carpet said that like we're gonna go to BlizzCon and win the tournament again. Yeah, and I say that thanks for coming because we were having all the matches in USA, like we are kind of missing the Korean fans sometimes, and I think there's no more words than thanks for coming. So
Awesome. Well, that's going to do it, Carpe. Always a pleasure. I got you again. Thank you so much, Art, as always. All right, well, we're going to send it over to the casters to break down that match and so much more. Take it away.